Hi guys, this is Faustine. Welcome back to the Physical Radio channel. We're here in the studio and today for the first episode of Showtime, I am with the Australian DJ and producer Aaska. His debut track Long Island, released in August on Barbecue Records, made its way into the Traxsource Steakhouse Top 100 charts, and he's right there in the red chair for an exclusive interview. Hi Aaska, how are you?
I'm good, thank you.
Good, great. So how do you feel after releasing your first track? Is it something that you really were looking forward to?
Definitely. When I made it, I didn't really know if it was going to get signed, or it was sort of just like testing the waters. Made it, sent it to you guys, obviously, and yeah, I was absolutely stoked that you signed it, and yeah, it was exciting for it to be released, and exciting to see it on the Top 100 Tech House and Traxsource.
Great release, great release.
Yeah.
And so you recently moved from Sydney to the Gold Coast. How do you find the nightlife and entertainment here compared to Sydney? I mean, I know these are two cities on a very different scale, but how do you feel about the music scene here? How do you see it in the Gold Coast?
So obviously Sydney with the lockdown.
Yeah, obviously I know.
Not the lockdown, the lockout laws.
Oh, the lockout laws, yeah.
Yeah, so once the lockout laws came in, it sort of, just sort of ruined the whole vibe down in Sydney. There were so many good places to go out, like King's Cross.
Yeah, like just everywhere around Sydney, there's always like, you know, something different you can go to. So that sort of shut it down. And then coming up here, like obviously the nightlife, there's so many clubs just on that main strip down Surfers. So yeah, it's probably a bit better here because there's more access to more nightclubs.
Okay.
But yeah, and then you got Brisbane next door as well, and you know that's still popping off, which is cool. So yeah, I probably would rate it a little bit better, to be honest.
Here a bit better?
Yeah. But it's a shame what happened to Sydney. It was.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, in my opinion, was the best.
Yeah, it crumbled everything, yeah. Fair enough. You said in a previous interview that you started learning production with Ableton and an online course. How was it to first start on the software at Ableton? Because it's not an easy software. When you're just starting and you open it up, it can seem quite a bit like, wow, confusing and everything. So how did you go around with this? And also, why did you choose Ableton and not another software?
So I actually downloaded FL Studio first.
Okay.
And I was doing a trial with FL because my brother was actually using it. And so I was like, yeah, I'll give that a shot. That looks cool. And then when I was actually looking to buy like the actual version, I was comparing between the different sorts of DAWs that I could get. And then when I seen Ableton was made in Germany, and I love Berlin, so
so I was like, yeah, this is a sign. I need to go with Ableton, and I'm really glad that I did because most of the tutorials that I'd see on YouTube and like anywhere really, I'm mostly in Ableton. So I was pretty happy with that. I feel like my progression wouldn't have been as fast if I had picked another DAW. Who knows? It might have been, but yeah, I'm really glad that I went with Ableton. But yeah, when I did first open it up, it was like quite overwhelming. Obviously, you don't even know, like I had never done anything to do with music production.
Oh really? So
yeah, only ever like, you know, listened to music and really enjoyed it. So I had no idea what like audio effects and any of this sort of did, compression or anything. So yeah, the best thing that I can recommend anyone doing is to get a good course. And that's what I found. I found a really good course, and yeah, I'm so grateful that I did that.
That you did that, yeah. Amazing. And so you're also a DJ, and you're DJing at the Avenue here in Surfers Paradise. How do you get ready for a set? How do you get all your track lists ready beforehand, or do you just improvise? You go there, you see the crowd, and you just go with the crowd, or like, do you prepare anything, or?
Just all improvisation, I think.
Yes, yeah.
You never know what you're going to get. You know, you could walk in, it could be full of elderly people. You're not going to chuck on Losing It by Fisher. But yeah, so I have like different playlists set up. So I have my chill playlist, my pop playlist, if everyone's feeling a little bit of like cheesy sort of music, radio music, my disco music, which is always a really good go-to. Everyone's always getting down with something that's a little bit funky, but also sort of chill. Yeah, if anyone's ever feeling something a bit hardcore, then yeah, I've got that.
You get that as well.
Got that up my sleeve.
You're ready for anything.
Yeah.
Awesome. And so so basically you a bit answered that question. What I was going to ask you, what's the vibe of an Aaska set? What? But it can change depending on the crowd, I guess, or
it does.
But do you also play a lot of novelties, or do you mix old school tracks and new tunes? Like, how do you compose? Like,
at the end of my sets, I always play "Hey Ya" by Outcast.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I think it's becoming a little bit of a thing.
It's your signature, like at the end. Your
Yeah,
signature,
yeah. So I think I'm gonna stick to it. And then every time I finish a song, I always play "Breathe" by Prodigy.
Okay.
Yeah, I really enjoy Prodigy. I really got into them when I was living in the UK. But a set of my own, if I was DJing at like a club in Surfers, it's commercial music, so I have to play commercial. But I also do like to mix in commercial music. So, for example, like WAP, for example.
Yeah.
If I could find a remix of that with a tech house sort of drop or lead or anything like that, then yeah, that's probably the style I'd be looking for. But if I was to do my own set, say in like the city in Brisbane or something like that, I'd probably mix in like a little bit of like deep tech, minimal, with some more like groovier sort of underground sort of tech house.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay,
Yeah.
cool. And when you're not DJing, you actually have an skill in your hat. You're doing the lights at another club here, Arcade, where you're actually playing as well. Like you're DJing there as well. And how is it to do the lights? How did you get behind the light desk? Like, because this is a serious task. Like what you see in a club is sometimes as important as what you hear. And this, like the lights are like usually sometimes overlooked. But so how do you do it? Like, did you prepare in advance? Because obviously you don't know what the DJ is gonna play that night most of the time.
Yeah.
How did you
get
get there, and how do you do it?
So when I moved to the Gold Coast, I was lucky enough to move in with a good mate of mine now called Aaron, and he owns Homegrown Events, which is an events company up on the coast, and expanding. But yeah, he knew a lot of people within Surfers, and he actually had the job doing the lights, and he was getting busier just with Homegrown. So when I moved up here, I didn't have a job, so he offered it to me. And yeah, it's great. Like, get to meet like big acts when they come in and DJ at Arcade. And as far as it goes with like doing the job, like, it's literally just a computer screen.
Okay.
With like you got your strobes, different sort of strobes, like slower, faster, and then like your disco lights and your back screen, so the monitors at the back, and you just sort of feel it, I guess. So
you just feel it.
Yeah, if there's the drop, then obviously like put the strobes on.
Okay, yeah.
People like the strobes and the smoke machines. But yeah, the rest of it, you just sort of like just every transition, just change up the lights.
Change light. Okay,
Yeah.
and it's a feeling more than like a real construction of like your set, like the DJ.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. I guess if you have like any sort of like musical understanding, then it probably would help.
Okay.
With
yeah.
the lights. Yeah.
Because you know a bit of like the DJ, the music, the drop, the dance, so you can adjust the lights to it. Okay.
Yeah, exactly. In regards to playing there, I start this Friday, and then hopefully ongoing from this Friday with Homegrown Events, the event that they're running there every Friday. Yeah. So that's exciting. I'm really looking forward to that.
Yes.
Yeah.
I guess you enjoy better being like behind the DJ desk than the light desk.
Yeah. Sometimes people get confused and they'll come up and they think I'm the DJ in front of the computer screen, and they're like, "Oh man, you're doing so well. This is awesome." I'm like,
and you're like,
"I'll go with this." Like, cheers, bro.
Thanks. that you like to do outside of music that contributes to your musicality? Like a hobby that you have that like gets you inspired or?
It gets me inspired. I go to the gym and I like to listen to music at the gym. So like pump up music, I guess. I was surfing a fair bit before I got into music, but that's just consumed my life. So I don't really surf that much anymore. I probably do need to start making more time for it, but yeah, I'm really enjoying just doing the music at the moment. But yeah, I don't know. I don't really have any hobbies besides doing music.
Besides doing that's your own, like that's your hobby, and that's like where you get your inspiration and everything. I guess. And what have you got coming up next? Tell us what's next for Aaska, like in terms of music. Like, so you have your gig coming up with Homegrown, Fridays, Arcade. Music-wise, do you have new releases coming up? Or?
I have a release with Hungry Koala coming out on the 1st of October.
Okay. How is it called?
It's called Dollar Bills.
Okay.
So it was originally named After Party because the main vocal in it is it says After Party.
Yeah.
Meet the After Party. It's actually I got it from a sample pack, and it was by a tech house artist, and he makes a lot of YouTube tutorial videos. And then I actually seen, once I'd already submitted the track and already been signed, that someone else had used the same vocal sample on one of their tracks, and it was called the After Party. So I was like, oh, I can't name it the same. Yeah. So I changed. I also use a different sample, another vocal sample in the track as well, and it one of the lyrics is Dollar Bills. So I just named it Dollar Bills. Cool. Yeah, but yeah, looking forward to that. It's exciting. And I've also finished another 2 tracks, which I'm planning to be my first EP. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's exciting.
All right, so I'm gonna stay tuned on that then.
Yeah.
Cool, great. Well, that's it. Thank you. Thanks, Aaska, for being with us today. Thank you all for watching. Go and follow Aaska on his socials. Check out his track Long Island. All the links will be in the descriptions. Stay tuned for what he's got coming up next. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel if you haven't already. Click on the bell. Join us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitch. And of course, tune in to Physical Radio for your daily dose of electronic music. I see you all soon in the next video. In the meantime, take care and have fun. Bye. Bye.